Hello YouTube and welcome to Colorado National Speedway, site to race number 35 of the 2008 NRSL Hooters season, and our penultimate race with our final four being decided here today and Homestead being our next track. No one actually alongside me today, which will please the comment section a little bit. Haley Lordigan will start alongside Sam Young on the front row with Mary Shelley, Rob Evans, row 2. Zach Flickinger, who's looking to avoid locking up last in the points today, is in row 3 alongside our highest starting chaser, Jessica Shelton. Quentin Moore and Andrew Miller will start in row 4 with Enzo Nareza and Matt Hamill in row 5. Here's the rest of the starting grids. Wow, I'm so used to saying that. Oh my god. Here's the rest of the starting grids. I go through a little bit of the point standings coming in. Zachary Fitzwater remains just the only driver locked into the next round after back-to-back wins in the round of 8 so far. Mohammed Zainadullah is the highest in points among those without a win. Matt Dixon, Ace Rogers, the other two in the top 4 right now. Hunter Braxton, Jesse James, Jessica Shelton, Rob Evans, the bottom 4. As you see, Hunter Braxton, Ace Rogers, final row.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the command has been given. One key detail about this track is because it is so small, there have been a tendency to have problems with jumping the start or even a restart if we should get them. You can see trying to get the big enough spacing to where hopefully those restart jumps aren't a problem. So should mention Mohammed Zainadullah is plus 50 on Ace Rogers, and it's another 6 back to Braxton, so 56 there for him. As the pace car is off and the Brandt 200 is green. See, Shelton already makes it 3 wide. Trying to follow her progress. She's trying to work her way up into the final 4. Currently, like I said, in 7th. 3 wide, multiple rows deep, though they will be that way until they can sort it out as Sam Young leads lap 1. And Shelton's going to clear for 3rd as Rob Evans actually is up into 2nd. I totally missed him on the starting grid. 3 wide, Logan, Mary Shelley, Quentin Moore. Shelley, that's a teammate there in front of you. Keep that in mind. As I think Shelley kind of thinks about that reasonably and lets Shelton get out in front of her. Remember, a win for Shelton or Evans will advance them to the next round regardless of what they do for points. So they need to keep that in mind. They're going to be trying to get a win as much as they can, as much as anyone else in the field is. Marilyn Eskandari trying to make a move on Enzo Nareza. That is for the 7th position as they come off turn number 4. Eskandari will have that spot at the line and clears coming off turn number 2. Sky Commons tries to fill that hole as Zach Flickinger continues to fall backwards. Already has slid outside the top 10. There's Mohammed Zainadullah just behind him in the 29. As he continues to fall back, he's on the outside line. Zachary Fitzwater, the dominant car of the round, passing that 29. That is for 16th position. As they continue to be 3 abreast, multiple rows deep back here in the pack. They keep this up. It's not going to be long until the race leader catches them. Meanwhile, Rob Evans closing in on the 1 is Sam Young, or at least they're running very even lap times. Someone was loose, someone sideways. That's going to bring out a caution. Matt Hamill, Hunter Braxton is involved, as well as James Qualls. And now, can these guys get this stopped? I think they're going to be okay. It's going to take a little bit of sorting. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened. Taking a look at what happened coming off turn number 4, Paul Swanson might have gone into Matt Hamill a little bit, but it's also Brian James getting into James Qualls. Dylan Young gets a piece of it. Hunter Braxton nowhere to go as well. Matt Dixon had the pace car go through him a little bit, so did Ace Rogers, but they avoid any physical damage to their vehicles as well. And Hopefully for them, at least a little bit, a single file restart might be just what the doctor ordered in order to try and get them moving up the field. As you see the leaders go through there, let's go ahead and take you back to the restart. And we're back. How did that happen? I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know how that happened. Sam Young is leader. Apparently James Qualls through spinning is now running second. Rob Evans is third, Shelton fourth, Mary Shelley, Quentin Moore, Haley Lordigan, Marilyn Escondari, Sky Commons, Johnny Gardner, the top 10. As we are racing once again, how quickly can Rob Evans dispatch of the 80 of the 24? That's what I'm trying to say there. And that's why there's usually some problems with this track in terms of guys being DQ'd. As Carter Joey passes the 7 of Matt Dixon. We're going to follow the bottom of this leaderboard. Trevor Collins, had to pit and lost a lap due to repairs. Mary Shelley quickly able to have gone by Jessica Shelton and now passes the 24 James Qualls. As Qualls goes backwards now after getting elevated to a lofty P2 somehow through his spin. Trying to find a way up there. Wow, Squalls dove it in. Sheila Shear has lost a lap, apparently pitting. Enzo Nereza now clears Quentin Moore, trying to use the 24 a little bit as a pick. Although Quentin gets back to the inside line, now has to deal with Johnny Gardner though, making a move to his inside. There'll be 3 wide off turn 2 for a moment. 88 gives way at least a little bit from there. Third, also going to try and follow through there. Sky Commons trying to make a peek on Haley Lordigan for the race. Not for race 8, I'm sorry. That is for 5th. I know what I'm doing. Sheila Shear comes out of the pits right into the pathway of the leaders. Hunter Braxton has pit. Not quite sure why. Shouldn't have had to, but okay. Shelton now tries to get to the inside of the 59 to try to catch back up to her teammate in the form of Mary Shelley. So Braxton's chances of making the next round have dwindled significantly. As no real worries, I think, for him, as Braxton apparently has plans that have yet to be announced. We'll see if they are announced by the time that this actually looks like. As Zachary Fitzwater has just passed Zach Flickinger for the 12th spot. Mohamed Zainadullah is also trying to pass Steve Pollard for 14th. And will do so. Jesse James is up there in 17th, trying to work his way up, now up to 16th actually. Jesse James came into this race 6th in the points. I can't tell, it's been a while since I've done one of these, especially since I've done one of these myself. Qualls now up, or back to 12th. Fitzwater looking for a spot inside the top 10 if he can somehow get around that 88 car of Johnny Gardner. Loses the nose a little bit behind the 88 though. We'll lose a little bit of time off turn 4. Meanwhile, Sheila Shear falls back in behind the 10 now. As Sam Young starts to catch the back of the field that is having to deal apparently with the 16 of Trevor Collins, as JT Bryan has actually been passed. Good news is no one got DQ'd for their restart. I'm feeling safe to say that. As now Fitzwater has caught the 88. Can Fitzwater make a move on Gardner? We're just past the halfway point. I don't think Fitzwater's going to have enough time to make his way up to the front, but then again, I've seen weirder things from Fitzwater so far this season. I say that is he runs the extreme high side in turn 4, so loses a lot of time. Cole Deaver trying to find a way around some of the guys at the back of the field, as this is a mess. Kev Shears in the middle of it all. He was 9th in points coming in, the highest of those that did not make the round 8. off-road Sackle on his inside. He's in an RCR sandwich. He's sitting damage to the right side of that Delphi Chevy. So he's been into the wall at some point. Matt Dixon is still back here, back in 35th. Third in points coming in, by no means safe. Braxton was 5th in points coming in, so that's why I said he's probably safe to say that he will be eliminated, considering he is now running in the 42nd position, but is back on track. As Mary Shelley trying to take points away from Rob Evans. If Shelton can't be up here, that's the best thing that Shelley can do for her teammate, is to try and pass both the 83 and the 1, as basically try and make sure that no other driver can win. Meanwhile, Shelley makes the move on Evans, who Evans was trying to make the move on Sam Young, who got stuck in behind a lap car. Sam Young now gets to the inside of JT Bryant and Dylan Young. Shelley going to try and throw the block on the 83 of Rob Evans as Shelton tries to make the move for third. Tries to take a peek on the 60, can't quite make the move, but Shelton now once again our top running chaser as she passes Rob Evans for the third spot. Took a peek there, got sideways off turn number 2 inside of the 60. Evans takes a peek back to the outside for third as they come off turn 4. Not quite able to make the move yet. Sam Young, though, also has lapped up to JT Bryant. Next up for him will be the 16 of Trevor Collins. That would be a already lap down car. The next lead lap car would be the 5 of Kev Shear, who's battling with Matt Hamill in the 61 car. Can't quite make the move. Sam Young riding that higher line. Here comes Mary Shelley back at the 1, down the back straightaway into turn 3. Off turn number 4, Shelton still a little bit back, but now inside of JT Bryant, trying to put no lap cars in between her and the top 2 as Shelley takes a peek for the lead off turn 2. Is going to be there as they go into turn 3. And for the first time today, we're going to have a new leader. It's the Roush Fenway Ford of Mary Shelley, who takes the lead here at Colorado National Speedway. Shelton able to follow through for second. Evans lost the nose trying to follow as well. Can he try and make the move into turn 3? Tries to go to the middle. Can't quite make that move work. As Sam Young tries to stay on the outside line. Marilyn Escondari now has been lapped. Meanwhile, Dylan Young tries to pass the 41 of JT Bryant. That is a battle for the 37th position, 1 lap down. And I see an 81 car of Zachary Fitzwater, who has now made his way into the top 10, trying to pass the 92 of Stephen Paul III for 8th with what will be 10 laps to go at the line. Runs that higher line again. He's going to lose a little bit of time. Here comes Zach Flickinger trying to get into the top 10, and will do so for the time being. And Mohammed Zain Abdullah also making a move towards the front, trying to get inside of the 49, and they're looking at 3 wide possibly for this 10th spot, as Flickinger was able to grab 9th away from the 81 for the time being. Stephen Paul III was able to pass Ensign Areza. That was for 7th. Zach Flickinger going to try and follow underneath as well for the 8th spot in car number 8. Sam Young now has fallen all the way back to the 5th spot, and that is under threat from the 89 of Quinton Moore, as Dylan Young now tries to pass the 52 of Marilyn Escondari for position. And meanwhile, battle for the lead between the Roush teammates. We saw this at Texas, but it's the other way around. It was Mary Shelley taking a win away from her. Then chase-eligible teammate Trevor Collins. This time it's Shelton taking the lead away in a chase spot, trying to look for the win and an automatic berth into the Final 4. Sky Commons, though, not saying not so fast. He's trying to take a peek at the 17, follows through for second. Can Shelton pass her good friend Cole Deaver, though, trying to lap the 33? And the 17 gets back to the inside line for the time being with 5 laps to go here at Colorado National. Rob Evans able to get back to the inside line. He's taken 3rd away from Mary Shelley. Time ticking down for the 83, who was 8th in points coming in, trying to find a miracle to get into the Final 4 for that 83 team. Meanwhile, Shelton leads down the back, trying to gap the tennis Sky Commons. At the line, 3 laps to go for the 17. A race winner earlier this season back at... I'm trying to remember. Can't go back that far. Meanwhile, though, coming off turn 4, 2 laps to go now for the 17. Looking for her second win on the season. The dominant car last year in the points, not been so dominant this time, but can she still go into Homestead with a shot at the title? Here comes Rob Evans looking for second as they'll see the white flag this time by. I think that does it for the win as Shelton sees the white and has a full second advantage over second. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be the round of the chasers here in the round of 8. Fitzwater won the first 2, and Shelton wins race 3 in the round of 8 to clinch her spot in the final 4. Now, did Rob Evans do enough in second to get through? Sky Commons comes home 3rd. Quinton Moore 4th. Mary Shelley in 5th. Zach Flickinger, Sam Young, Stephen Powell 3rd. Jesse James, who was 6th in points, gets up there into the top 10. Lordigan in 10th. Other chasers today, Mohammed Zainadullah in 12th. Fitzwater in 17th, already having clinched his way in. Ace Rogers worked his way up to 22nd from his last row starting spot. Ignore the retired. That was just lap down cars who had a late pit stall. Braxton down in 42nd. Matt Dixon was 30th. That's a yikes. So with that said, as usual, a very quick race here from Colorado National Speedway as Jessica Shelton gets her second win in the season, clinching her spot into the final 4 at Homestead. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. If this race manages to make it over 15 minutes long in the video, you guys will it will be a premiere, and if you didn't comment down there while watching, go ahead and comment down below because all that good stuff helps. I can't even say for any of my usual guys. Damn, this is this is really out of the ordinary for me. But with that said, I'm Gordon Fan291, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.